We're going to be talking about the top supplements to kickstart your focus for the day. So, like I was saying before, like why it's so important for understanding the imbalances that go in your body chemistry. This will help us understand why you have such an issue with kickstarting your day, whether you're having issues with low energy or focus. This is so common amongst adults with ADHD. And so the first thing that I look at, and you'll definitely want to understand more than just the supplements that help, but also you'll want to stick around to understand how we help people to understand the imbalance of their body chemistry to help you further to really have that focus and energy throughout the day. So you definitely want to stick around. So one of the biggest things that people, the issues that they do have is that they will take things such as like coffee. They will take things such as also like energy drink or additional caffeine just to get them throughout the day. Let me know in the chat if you guys experience that. If you tend to reach this complete burnout where in order to function, you either take high amounts of caffeine or coffee or an energy drink, or you need to take some kind of stimulant medication so that you can function. Go ahead and put in the chat if that is you. You either just put, me in the chat, but this is so common that I see with my patients and clients that they reach this complete burnout stage, especially adults with ADHD, that what they're doing is they're completely squeezing and demanding the body, especially from the brain and the adrenals, to have more output of more energy, more increasing cortisol to help to have that focus and energy throughout the day. But what happens when you're doing too much stimulants is it's not giving anything. It's just asking more. And over time, you reach this complete burnout and the body is completely can be depleted over time. So this is the first thing that you need to understand what top supplements are going to be the best for as a Kickstarter, but also to understand more for you specifically, what are those imbalances? And so I want to point out a few studies here that really kind of hit this home. The very first study has where they were testing for 5 days people's caffeine intake and doing a caffeine challenge. And what they found is that the cortisol, there was, across with the testing, is that it caused a robust increase in cortisol across the test day. And then in contrast, the 5-day caffeine intake of 300 milligrams and 600 milligrams abolished the cortisol response. And so cortisol is everything about energy, helps us, get things going in the day. And so they found that this abolished it. And the cortisol levels declined in levels during the evening and during that sampling period. So you can already see by too much caffeine, it over time can reach this burnout stage. It also applies even with stimulant medications. They have found that there is an 80% decrease of what your body will naturally start producing as far as different neurotransmitters outputs, like taking an ADHD medication. And that's what they found when they tested with, with humans and also with monkeys, is that the output of dopamine tend to decrease over time when you were taking a stimulant medication long-term, especially for 6 months to a year, right? So this is something you have to kind of be mindful of. How much stimulants are you taking at a time? And this could be one of the big reasons you're reaching this burnout and why you have to start looking at ways to not only add supplementation and lifestyle changes and nutrients. So I'll tell you that supplements are just a stepping stone. I mean, I'm going to go through the list, but they're only a stepping stone. But the long-term solution is going to be lifestyle changes and nutrition, good nutrition, that are going to help you with the long-term solutions, as well as eliminating things that are contributing, making your energy and your focus throughout the day worse. So keep that in mind, right? So you're on this complete empty, fuel. If you're in that case, let me know in the chat if you just feel like you're empty as far as your focus and energy goes throughout the day. And so let me point out a patient of mine that I had, Mike, and he was taking ADHD medications. He was also drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day and some energy drinks just to function. But he still was dealing with low energy and focus. He felt like he just was complete burnout. And he had a job, but he wasn't performing well. His boss was not very happy with his performance, and he was really scared about this. And so when he saw me, there were certain things that I wanted to look at. And the very first thing was to really look at cortisol. It's like, okay, if you're dealing with this low energy, there's probably something going on with the cortisol. And sure enough, when we ran his test, his cortisol levels were low throughout the entire day, just completely depleted, even at nighttime. And that's why he really couldn't function and focus and have that energy throughout the day. So one of the biggest Kickstarter supplements that can help get things back on track is just to revitalize the adrenals, to get them going, and do it for about 3 months. So one of my favorite ones to use is Adrenal Desiccated by Standard Process. I found this to be very powerful and potent, but you want to make sure you only do it for about 3 months just to revitalize the adrenals. And I had him take it very first thing in the morning and just mid-afternoon. I don't usually like have them take them at night because you don't want your cortisol levels to be high at night because you need to get good sleep. You want your cortisol levels to be low. So I had him take that. And then on top of that, some other things that I tested to look at, see, okay, is there really an issue with your dopamine? And sure enough, there was. The medications were not doing what it was supposed to do. And so we had to look at other supportive treatment because also his tyrosine levels were low. And some of the big things that you have to kind of point out when you're looking at the dopamine pathway is tyrosine can be a big problem, as well as L-Dopa can be a big problem to helping supporting improving dopamine levels. So one of my favorite other Kickstarter supplements I like to do to help get your day going and boosting your energy and your focus is Dopa Boost. Why? Because it has a N-L-acetyltyrosine and it has mucuna in it, which has L-Dopa. And so these two things alone can help boost that focus energy. It really can, if you're deficient in it. Like if you aren't, and I see patients all the time where they might just have their dopamine levels here, or they might be elevated, where it's not going to do anything. In fact, it can make things worse. So this is why it's important to test beforehand, so you know exactly what kind of top supplements you can use for you to kickstart your day, to have that focus energy throughout the day, right? So another thing that also I think is a really one I see common again with my patients and clients that I like to use is using a B complex. Why I find a B complex is very vital to use, especially for those who suffer with fatigue or even suffer with ADHD symptoms, not having that focus for the day. It's because B vitamins are very vital process in every single step of the dopamine pathway. That's why. So if you're deficient in particular B vitamins, which in a lot of cases people with ADHD tend to be, and in this case, this patient needed a B complex because he's also deficient in several different B vitamins. And so I added a B complex. But another one that I like to kind of point out, sometimes even a B complex might not be enough. So sometimes I'll recommend doing a B vitamin shot. Like a B12 shot can be helpful because it'll bypass the liver. So therefore, you'll utilize it more. And you can actually see a pretty drastic improvement in your energy and your focus from something like that if you've ever done that. L-theanine is another really important one because it helps both dopamine and also norepinephrine. In that capacity, and I've seen that drastically can really kickstart your day. Not for per se for focus, but it can help relax you. So if you're very high stress, you're definitely going to have an issue with focusing. That's going to be a big problem. But if you can be more relaxed, you can focus more, right? So L-theanine is one of my favorite ones to definitely implement because it helps with this pathway and several other different neurotransmitter pathways. So that's one I also did implement. Now, there's one other additional thing that I did find with Mike, is that his testosterone levels were low and his DHEA levels were low. So this probably applies more for males, but I see it also as a problem with also women. It isn't just males that have this issue. And so when we see these levels low, it definitely is not only going to impact your energy, but it will impact your mood drastically. You could be more irritable, but you could also be more depressed if it's low, probably more symptoms of depression than anything else. So therefore, it's going to impact your motivation and focus throughout the day as well. So some of my favorite things to implement to help improve these levels is also from Standard Process called Simplex M. Now, again, this is not sponsored video or sponsored live stream. These are just the ones I've used over the years and ones that I find to be effective. So I'm not tied and connected with any of these companies. And then Testogain is another great one that helps with testosterone. And then, of course, just supplementing DHEA. DHEA is a precursor that helps make testosterone and also estradiol. So you definitely want to make sure you're testing for both testosterone and DHEA if there's an issue going on there. So once we've added all these things, I mean, within just 1 month's time, Mike's mood, energy, and focus improved significantly. And he was able to go, he got through his task at work, and his boss noticed a drastic difference and even noted it to him. It's like, wow, Mike, like it's like a 9-day difference. You're better at work. You're able to keep on task. And he's really happy and pleased with his work. So, the reason why this worked for Mike, it wasn't just because these were the best supplements in general. It was the best supplements for him. But on top of that, we also worked a lot with his nutrition, his lifestyle changes, eliminating stressors in life, which again, those are things that are going to be the long-term solutions that you need to be implementing. Supplements are just great stepping stone to get things going, but those are going to be the long-term solution. And that's what we help our patients and clients. Now I'm going to mention one more. This is just something that I have used over the years that I've really liked, and I've recommended to patients and clients as well. And it's called Brain Regain. And the reason why I like this one and why it's helped me get my day going, especially with my focus, is it has a couple things I really do like. For example, it has ginkgo biloba. It has rosemary. Both of those increase circulation and blood flow to the brain. So it can help with memory, but also help with focus as well. The other thing it has is choline and phosphatidylserine, which both help with memory. So I really do like that. And then also L-glutamine is an important amino acid for specifically building a lot of these different neurotransmitters that are going to help with focus as well. So that's why I really like this one. And then Gotu Kola is a great one for relaxing the nervous system. So this is just another one that I do like. But for you, if you would like to, have help from us, just like Mike did, and to be able to understand what you could do with your ADHD and to be able to finally tackle your focus and low energy situation, because doing this alone, it's not easy. It definitely isn't. And I know you probably have been trying lots of different things and just haven't had success like you want to. So because you need, why, this makes sense, because you need, help to find the source of your imbalances, of your biochemistry imbalances, just like Mike did. I had to find those imbalances to understand really what he specifically needed, and not just what the general population usually will take. Because it's not ever going to really work. It's like shooting at a dart blindfold. You need to be able to know specifically for you as an individual, what are the imbalances that you have. You also need a very customized plan, so you know what to implement. And you need someone who's going to actually hold you accountable and to analyze and adjust that treatment plan so it's going to be effective for you, not only in a short term, but for the rest of your life, long-term solutions, that you can have that consistency of that energy and focus. So here's exactly how I can help you. So my health experts have set aside time to speak with you personally to help you get started in getting results now. And so it's called the Focus Mindset Strategy Session. So what's included in this Focus Mindset Strategy Session is we'll be putting together a specific plan for your situation to help you have a better focus so you can excel in your life. And then here's exactly how we'll do this together. So first, we'll uncover what's that behind your ADHD symptoms, and it's your blind spot. Now, it's most likely not what you've been told it is, because frankly, a lot of people don't understand with them specifically what's causing the contribution to their ADHD symptoms. And it's more than just the brain. There's a lot of other health elements that can be contributing to your ADHD, and we're going to help. Our health experts are going to help you identify those things. And then we'll customize a plan of action that will get you unstuck. And then finally, we'll determine if it makes sense for us to work together more closely. So here's what's included in the Focus Mindset Strategy Session with one of my health experts. So what it includes is you'll have a 45-minute one-on-one personalized strategy session with one of my health experts. It's a $750 value. You also get access to our nutrition and lifestyle tracking app that we use with all our patients and clients. And so that's a $300 value. And then if you do purchase today, you get access to our ADHD health course. That's a $597 value. And so what you get is, again, the 45-minute one-on-one with one of our health experts. You also get the access to nutrition lifestyle tracking app, and then the bonus of the ADHD health course for a full value of $1,647. But you get it all today for just $297. And so all you got to do is you just click on the link in the description below. Once you've clicked there, you will purchase. Then this is very important. Everybody, they'll buy, but they forget to book their appointments. You got to make sure you book your appointments. You're going to hit book now after you've purchased. You'll select a date and time that works best for you. And then also, it's really important to make sure to select a time. If you do have a spouse or significant other, we do like them present there because we like to understand the outside perspective of your ADHD or your health situation. So it's really important to have them there. So please make sure to book a date and time that actually will work for both you and your spouse or significant other. And then, of course, fill out your information. And then this is very important. I'll take you to this landing page. Make sure you check your email. Make sure you got the confirmation email that you've booked your appointment. Also to check to make sure to activate your Practice Better account. This is how you access the nutrition and lifestyle tracking app that you get access to, as well as filling out the in-depth client questionnaire. Please be thorough with that. The health experts and even me will look over that. And then the health expert will meet with you to go over over your medical history. So it's really important that you look over that. And then upload labs in the past, year, I wouldn't say 2 years, just in the past year. If you have any, you don't have to have any, just standard labs. If you have any from your doctors that you can upload as well. And then make sure to block out 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Sometimes you might have to go the full hour with the health expert if you have additional questions. And then please show up early. We give you about a 10-minute grace period. If you don't show up and haven't responded, then we have to mark it as a no-show. But thank you guys so much for attending. If you guys are really wanting to finally tackle your ADHD and your focus issues and probably even your low energy, then this is the time to book this consultation so that we can help you out and actually identify really what's going on with your ADHD and identifying those root causes. Thank you so much for attending, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thanks. Bye.